Hello everyone, welcome to Science Prodigy. I am Shreya Sen from Kolkata and today we will be continuing language of chemistry. So last day we completed till what is a skeleton equation, what is a balanced equation, just till the definition part. But today, as I had said, I will be talking about the balanced equation part, that is how can you go for balancing of an equation with suitable tips and tricks from time to time. So let's begin. If you have not yet subscribed the channel, make sure that you subscribe the channel, hit the bell icon for your own benefit. So before we begin, why is a balanced equation important? Why is balancing necessary? We are doing this, but what is the purpose of balancing? The purpose of balancing is that it suggests and it also affirms us that the law of conservation of mass is being obeyed. Why? Because whenever I balance, that means the number of atoms on the reactant side, on the left hand side, is becoming equal to the number of atoms on the right hand side. So left hand side total number of atoms of a particular element is equal to the right hand side total number of atoms of the same particular element, which confirms that there is a conservation of matter, or more specifically the conservation of mass, because the number of atoms should remain the same. It cannot happen all of a sudden that the number of atoms on reactant side is less and number of atoms on the product side is more. That means then that would imply that atoms have been created or atoms are destroyed, but that never happens. Atoms can neither be created nor be destroyed. So to prove that, to validate that, it is very essential that we balance the equation. So let us begin, and from time to time with several balancings you will understand what are the tips that I keep sharing. So let's start. So as you can see, I have written down 3 such questions for balancing. So let's start with the first one. So first of all, we will check that which atom is not balanced. So let us compare on the reactant side and the product side. So if we go for copper, it is balanced, it's okay. Then we go for if we go for hydrogen, this is also balanced. We go for sulfur and oxygen, we see that neither sulfur nor oxygen is balanced. So we have to ensure that we balance sulfur and oxygen. So let's start with sulfur first. We can see that 2 sulfur atoms are present. Here only 1 sulfur atom is present. So let's make this 2. Okay, so we will try, the trick is we will try to make the odd parts even in general first. So this one was odd, so 2 number of them, so we did this. Now it is total number of 8 oxygen atoms on this side, and on this side we have got 6 oxygen atoms and 1 more. So now the moment I do this 2, I can observe that not just oxygen became 8 but hydrogen also became 4. So to balance hydrogen as well as oxygen, if I go for a 2 this side, I can easily understand that now hydrogen is also balanced, 4 and 4, and then oxygen is becoming 8. So total oxygen is also balanced right now. Okay. So this is how we go for it. We first check that which all are balanced, so we need not care about them. Then we see which is not balanced. If it is odd, then we will try to make it even if it needs to be made even, and then see what are the alterations in the other ones. Now question number 2, if we see Fe, Fe2. So at the first point of difference only twice of Fe. So now iron is balanced. Next we have to go for oxygen. We can find that oxygen is 3 and here it is 1, directly putting 3. So as a result of that, hydrogen this side has become 6, this side it is only 2, very easy, 3. So just comparatively we are doing it in a very easy way. Now starting with As2O3, first we are starting with arsenic. So arsenic, making this part 2 because there are 2 arsenic. So arsenic was very easily balanced because arsenic in this side is not associated with anything else. So balancing this part was very easy. Now moving forward to O3. Here there is only one single oxygen. So we have to multiply the RHS, this one, by 3, isn't it? So we just have to go for equalizing both the sides. In general, we are applying the hit and trial method, but sometimes the tip is you can also go for turning the odd number to an even number. That is also a trick, okay? Now, when it is necessary, not always, when it is necessary, first turn the odd to an even part and then proceed. That sometimes works. Now, O3, 3 oxygen balanced. Moving to the next part, SN balanced. So we have to balance chlorine. Why? Chlorine is 3 on this side, 4 on this side. What to do? We can actually turn the odd part even. This is even, no issue. This is odd, multiplying it by 2, right? But now we observe that 2 hydrogen is there and 6 hydrogen is there. So we have to keep that in mind as well. So let's make this 6 hydrogen, so that hydrogen is equal on both sides, so that not just hydrogen but this oxygen also remains the same. Now after 6 HCl, what do we observe? Chlorine on this side is 8 and on this side it is 4. So if I actually go for multiplying it by 2, we see that it is 8 and this side is still not balanced. So if I actually go for now multiplying both sides by 3, what do I observe? So we have to increase the number. We see that this side it is 6 plus 6, 12. This side it is 4 3s are 12. So I repeat this part again, okay. First we were using 2 for this one and this one. Had it been 2, what would have happened? SN would have been balanced. But see the chlorine, 8 is on this side, okay. RHS is having 8, but LHS part unfortunately has 6 plus 4, 10. So that wasn't working. Let's shift the number. Let us see if it works with the next value. This is also a trick. If it is not happening first time, with the next higher value, okay. So the next higher value is 3. The moment we put in 3, SN is already balanced. If we have to, how are we able to understand that both need to be the same? Because SN has to be the same. So SN and SN on both sides both have to have the same number. If this is having 3, this will also have 3. If this is having 4, this should also have 4. Can you get this? Because SN is there and SN needs to stay balanced. Although Cl4, Cl2 is there, no such difference, but SN has to be equal. So if I multiply the RHS SN by a certain value, the LHS SN should also be multiplied by the same value. So SN is there, so they have to be the same. Now with 3, when we tested, RHS was 12 and LHS total for chlorine, okay. SN will be satisfied if both have the same value. Now for chlorine, 3 2s are 6 plus 6 12 and 4 3s are 12. So I hope it is understood by all of you. Copy them down. Basically, I repeat the 3 important things that I did basically. First was hit and trial method. Go for the best part, the most important part is not with anything. Okay, not with anything. Just hit and trial does not mean with anything. That is not exact hit and trial. It is a modified hit and trial. Why modified? Because I am not hit and trialing with anything. It should begin with the lower values first, from 2, then checking with 3, then checking with 4, and in this way the hit and trial should proceed. And then when we have to equalize, always ensure that first of all you are trying for turning the odd number into an even number, odd to even, odd to even. That should be the first criteria. That should be the second criteria, turning the odd to even if it is necessary for making it equal. And then checking, comparative checking. Is this atom the same as that on the RHS part? Okay. Is this atom the same as the LHS part? Okay. And this is how you self-verify, self-assess it out. Okay. So, there are the next 3 set of questions to understand them even better. You can pause the video, do them on your own, and then you can go along with me. Okay, so that will be more beneficial. So I am beginning. So for the first case, comparing from the first element. So that is also a very important thing, not haphazardly. Start from the first element. First atom, nitrogen. Okay. Then we have got hydrogen. Hydrogen is actually 4 in this side and we are having 5 on this side. So the rule is make the odd part even. So making the odd part even with the least even number. So now hydrogen in this case became 6 plus 2, 8. But the moment we made 6 plus 2, 8, we can see that nitrogen is 2 in this case. Hydrogen is 4 in this case. So we can easily multiply this side by 2 as well. The moment I multiply this side by 2, nitrogen, nitrogen, equality maintained. Total number of hydrogen, 2 plus 6, 8, 2 plus 6, 8. So nitrogen, hydrogen equal on the LHS as well as the RHS. Now for chlorine. When we compare chlorine, it is also equal to chlorine, Cl2. So chlorine is also done. Now we go for calcium. Calcium is also equal. But when we go for oxygen, we can see that oxygen is actually 2 in this case and 1 in this case. So if I multiply this by 2, if I multiply this side by 2, oxygen is equal. But again hydrogen we have to check for it. Why? Because hydrogen is a total of 8 plus 2, 10, and this one is 6 plus 4, 10. So hydrogen is already equal in this case. We need not balance hydrogen anymore. So I hope this is very clear. Start from the first atom. Don't go haphazardly. The first most important tip. Start from the first one and always ensure that even if the next are getting balanced, the first one stays balanced. Even after the balancing of the next element, the third element, the fourth element, the first one, the second one and the preceding ones, the ones before that one should actually stay balanced. It's not like you are going for balancing the second one and as a result the first one became unbalanced. So both should be kept in mind and accordingly you should proceed. That is tip number 2, and that is how we actually ensured that they became equal the moment we went to the hydrogen part. So I am starting with question number 5 now. Like now if I am observing this, that question number 5 is actually very easy. There is nothing as such. We can, how? Because K2, O2, H2, just multiplying this by 2 and there was nothing in this. Now moving forward to the next one, the tip is start from the first one, Pb, Pb okay, oxygen single one okay, like nitrogen is now 2 on this side, 1 on this side. So what to do? Turn the odd part even, multiply it by 2. So the moment you multiplied this by 2, what happened to the hydrogen? Hydrogen became 6. So we have to make this hydrogen 6 as well. So multiplying this by 3. The moment I multiply this one by 3, oxygen is also becoming 3. Multiplying this by 3. So oxygen also becomes equal on both LHS and RHS. Now which one stays imbalanced? Pb. So Pb is alone here. Multiplying Pb by 3 and it's done. So I am repeating again. We started with PbO, we saw they were balanced. Moving to the next element, okay. Nitrogen was not balanced, 2 and 1. So the second tip, turn the odd part even as per the criteria, making this 2. So that means the criteria is, don't try for making the even part odd. Even part will never turn odd, but still ensure that the odd part is made even. And then the moment we made sure that nitrogen was getting equal, hydrogen was disturbed. So for maintaining hydrogen equality, oxygen was multiplied by 3 and accordingly. So the whatever it lands you up in, move from there. So that is also the most important thing. Whatever it takes you to, try to balance that part. Then it will take you to some other place. If you go for it thoroughly, try to balance for the other part. So the most important thing is, you practice a lot of balancing questions, that is all the questions from your textbook and from any other sources which you get. So because the most important thing for balancing is practice. The more you practice, the better you get at it. So you have to ensure that you practice in huge volume and in ample quantity, okay, so that you are confident enough. First important thing is confidence, so that you are confident enough that you can solve the question because you have done previously 50, 60 or more of them, and you also get familiar questions. Familiar means the common questions. There are chances that you get 1 or 2 common questions out of so many balancings you have done, and that makes it even more helpful for you to perform better in the exam when it comes to balancing. So the next 2 questions are here. For the 7th one, I am starting with the question number 7. As you can see, starting with manganese, both are equal on both the sides. So as we can see that for manganese both are equal. Now we move to oxygen. For oxygen, in this case, as we can see, oxygen is 2 in number, multiplying this side by 2. Okay. Now when we go for hydrogen as a part, as well as chlorine, chlorine is 2 in number, hydrogen is 4 in number. Sorry, chlorine is 4 in number, hydrogen is also 4 in number, multiplying this by 4. So it is done. And for the next one, if we start, we see that Pb and S both are balanced. Oxygen is not balanced, multiplying this by 2. Never turn the even part odd unless and until necessary. First try for turning the odd part even. So the moment you do this, you can easily figure it out that oxygen is here 4 in number. So for this one, this should be multiplied by 2, and this is how it is done. So with this I end today's class. Okay. So next day we will be moving for the next part of the chapter. Till then, keep watching. Thank you for watching. If you have not subscribed, subscribe the channel as well.